Hello, everybody. So today is quite of a new important topic I'll be talking about. Okay. Before getting into the topic, before digging into that, I would like to know that as Christians, we are Christians. Everybody say we are Christians. You have to love your enemies. You should not be jealous. You should not get angry. People say all those things, right? And though we listen, though we at times, at situations we apply, but not always we apply, right? So, but why is it hard for us to apply? Okay. So everybody, it's very easy to say, you have to be, don't be jealous, don't get angry. People say that and they themselves do that. Because we as humans, it's very hard. Situations don't make us to get along with it. So what's the reason for that? So if you take like few instances where you get jealous or where you get angry, right? So whenever you get like that, uh, now the question there is, it's not like why can't I do it? Why can't I not get jealous? The question is, why am I getting? What's the reason, right? So for an example, if you take you're getting jealous, why are you getting jealous? Because I don't have that what she has. I'm not pretty as she is. I'm not knowledgeable as she is or he is. If I'm getting angry, you know what? Shall I tell you something? So if you're a person who gets angry, getting mad, getting angry on somebody is not wrong. Okay, no, the point. It's not wrong. You know what's wrong? The consequence of your anger. The consequence of your anger. Whatever you spoke, whatever you're going to do out of your anger, that does really matter, right? So, what is the reason for all these things? I would say one of the main reason is because of low self-esteem. It is because of low self-esteem, right? So, of course, why are you getting this low self-esteem? Because you think you're not enough. You're not enough in any way. So sometimes you try to be attractive, sometimes you try to do something nice. All of a sudden, you find somebody else who's dressing beautiful than you are, modestly than you are. Then immediately you suddenly have a low self-esteem. Oh my God, look at her and look at me. That is due to you lack confidence in yourself. For you to have it, it's not very easy, right? It's definitely not easy. For that, you should make a best version of yourself. If you make a best version of yourself, you're enough. You're more than enough for yourself. You will definitely not care or bother what others say, what others' opinions, how they do, how they work, how they style themselves. Definitely not. So today's topic is about creating the best version of yourself. And of course, as teens, especially a lot of girls we are here, it is a very important topic to be spoken about. So uh, so there are different golden rules. I would say I have 13 golden rules to be the best version of yourself. Okay, now just because it's 13, don't think it's gonna take so long. I will quickly tell them. Okay, so before talking about those 13 golden rules, there are three F's to be followed, right? One is fierce. First step is fierce. Second is fearless. Third is flawed. First one is fierce. Second, fearless. Third is flawed. Fierce is that whenever you want to achieve your dreams or goals, you got to be very fierce. Like really fierce. Second one, for you to achieve your goals, whatever the paths you go through, you should be fearless and bold. Let me tell you something. Pretty girls, pretty boys, good looking boys, they don't make history. Bold people make history. So you got to be very fearless, right? Okay, just because I'm talking like that doesn't mean I'm not fearless, or I am fearless. It means that I'm also still on the process, right? And also the third one, very important one, is flawed. You definitely are not a perfect person. Okay, you're definitely not a perfect person. So you definitely you do have flawlessness in your life, in yourself. That's fine. Accept it. If there's something wrong, try to change it. It's fine. So these three F's are very important. So very quickly digging into the first rule. is that there's only one you. There's only one you, one unique self, right? Nobody is like you. So you see, God created you with his own flesh, with his own image. Have you ever seen of course people say that there are like lookalikes like you, but definitely they are not you. Some way there are very differences are there, many differences, right? So God has created you very uniquely to this specific family with this specific features, this specific skin tone, this specific knowledge. Of course you are very unique for yourself, right? So if I want to say an example from the Bible, so we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works which God prepared in advance for us to do. It's in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. Right? Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. We are the handicraft created by God. Like this word handicraft, it does really give a real good meaning. Handicraft. It does clearly show how unique we are, right? Second golden rule is that you have the ability, you have the freedom to dream as much as you can. Now, there are two different things. One, now sometimes you may not be able to achieve it. Sometimes it might look very impossible. That's all right. It's not a big problem. But don't stop from dreaming. You will become who you think. You have a lot freedom to dream. So if I want to say a Bible verse from Philippians chapter 2, verses 13, it says, "For it is God which worketh in you both will and to do of his good pleasure." So in this it says, God gives you the will. God gives you the will for you to desire. God has given you that. And you have much freedom to desire. Let your dreams fly. Give them wings. Let them fly. You want to be an astronaut? Okay, though you can't, though you think you can't for now, but just imagine, it's fine. There are no boundaries for that. Nobody can stop you because it's only running in your mind. Nobody can stop you, right? So that's the second golden rule. Third one, you have never arrived enough to explore opportunities. Look, now these opportunities are quite funny, okay? They don't come very often, they come very few, far away, in between, right? But the point here, your work is to make use of these opportunities, to squeeze the most out of it and to work hard on it, right? You have to recognize your opportunities, right? So if you say, if you're going to say an example from the Bible, right? I would give you an example. Uh, do not withhold from those whom it is due when it is in your power to do it. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 27. Proverbs, definitely a good book. It does give you a lot of advices. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due when it is in your power to do it. Do not ever miss any opportunities, because if you miss it, right? If you miss it, you're going to regret it in the future. Suppose you seize all the opportunities when you look back into the past, when you are in the future, you're going to marvel at all whatever you did, how the way you recognized every opportunities and made the use of it, right? So now recognizing it and doing the best and make sure. And I'm telling you something, people say don't be too ambitious, right? I'm telling you something, it's okay to be ambitious in what you tackle. Be proud of it. Sometimes the way you think and what others think are very different. Sometimes it might look it's impossible, but you're thinking very unique, right? You're thinking very unique. Be ambitious in whatever you tackle, right? There's nothing wrong in being ambitious. And fourth one, if I want to say the fourth rule, it's about, um, okay, so now for an example, you say that um, you want to You want to be an astronaut, or you want to be a doctor, you want to be an engineer, whatever it is, right? Be always greedy for your goals and your dreams. Always be greedy. That's the fourth rule. Don't ever be scared for you to wanting more. So now, if you want a cake, you want to eat it whole, eat it. It's fine. It's not bad. You made the cake, you eat it. If you want to eat everything, you eat it. You want everything, yes, you want everything. It's fine. People think you're greedy. Being greedy, I'm not talking about taking others' things, but whatever is yours, it is yours. Your success, your failure, whatever it is, especially women, I'm telling you, in our present generation, it's about alpha male, alpha female. If I want to say, as you all know, you know, it's always about don't run behind boys, don't run behind girls, be an alpha male, be an alpha female, right? Especially for women, for us, we definitely got to be not an alpha female, but definitely got to be very financially independent, to be very successful, I say, to have much knowledge, right? Because we are the people who are gonna definitely, uh, when we are mothers in our family, we're definitely gonna pour it to our kids. It's gonna go generation by generation. So just because your prettiness doesn't only go by generation, it does not work at all. Your knowledge, whatever you pour, the wisdom, how wise you are, the way you think, your thoughts definitely will, right? So that's the fourth rule. And also for the fourth rule, I would say an example for the fourth rule was Thomas. He was very greedy for his ambition. Okay, now I'm telling you something. He was very greedy for his dreams. What was his dream? His dream was to see the hole in Jesus's hand. Do you think that is a dream? My God, that is definitely not a dream. But for him, it was definitely a dream to see the holes in his hand. That was his dream. The point here is he was very greedy to see it. Until he saw it, he never believed in it. Okay? But remember, Thomas was a person until God's resurrection, and how until Jesus went back to heaven, he was always a good disciple of Jesus. He was very close to Jesus, and he was also one of the disciples, and I guess the only disciple who came to Asia, if I'm right. Okay, so look, his greediness for his dreams brought him there. Okay, fifth one, fifth rule is do not compromise. Do not compromise. So people say, this is how much you have, this is your capacity, this is your talent, don't do apart from your talents. This is all you can. Now if you are not that great at math, they'll be like, no, don't go for math field, don't go for biology stream, don't go for any other hard working streams, go for an easy job, right? They're going to say that. Who are they to tell you that? Can be your father, your mother, anybody. Who are they to tell, no, this is what you can do? They are your parents, and not only parents, I'm emphasizing the strangers. Okay, I'm not talking only strangers can do it, even your family members can do it. They're your parents, they're not you. God created you, God gave you this ability that you can do it. He has given you gifts, you do it. No matter whoever says anything, you do it. Now there's this thing, some people, they have talents, right? There's no point of you having talents unless you show it, unless you make the use of your talents, unless you and others get benefit of it, right? So sometimes this person will not have that talent, but through hard work, he might do the best than the person who is very talented, right? So just don't think just because people are saying, no, I can't do this, I can't do that, no, this is my capacity. Don't settle on your dreams. Don't compromise. Do not ever compromise. Do not sit on anybody else's benchmark. Make your own benchmarks. Okay, well, that's the fifth rule. And for that, I would tell you a good example: Moses and Jonah. So Moses, he was a person who couldn't talk well. But what happened finally? Through God's help, definitely you need God's help, right? Through God's help, where did he finally end? Where did he end? And everybody said, no, you can't talk. You're stumbling, you can't talk. What happened? He brought the entire Israelites back to Canaan. And he even spoke at times where it was not necessary. The way he spoke to Pharaoh and all through Aaron, right? Can you imagine it? Jonah, he never wanted to go to Nineveh, but what happened? God finally made him go to Nineveh, right? And if you are destined by God, no, this is what you have to do. And when you work hard for it, no matter any obstacle you get in between, you will definitely reach it. Okay. So do not compromise and do not settle on your dreams. That's the fifth